Hi YouTube! So, it's been a while for me on videos. I filmed a skincare routine 2 times and both of them turned out terribly for various weird reasons. So, I didn't want to upload those and I don't know, I just got into a rut. But I am here today with a new video, which is a sort of big collective haul of things that I acquired, I purchased, or I was given as gifts in December and January. I'm really excited about a bunch of the products, so I want to get started really quickly. So I've had everything sort of waiting for this haul. I've been using them, but then I've been putting them back to save them in a separate place from the rest of my makeup. And that place has been this makeup bag, which I think is so cute. My mom got it for me. I think she got it on Feel Unique or one of those British sites. It's by, I think, Britannia, but it's so pretty. I love the like pine cone sort of woodsy motif, and it's made out of a nice sort of waxed vinyl-y kind of material, so it's a really good size and it's been perfect for storing all of my haul stuff in. The first stuff I want to talk to you about is in December, over Christmas, I went on vacation to Germany, Austria, and Iceland, and it was an amazing trip. Shopping wasn't really my main focus. We were doing a lot of sightseeing and I was with my family, including my little brother, so we weren't really going to a bunch of stores, but I did make a point of picking up a few things that I had really wanted from abroad. The first of which are 3 Zoeva brushes. One of them is dirty, I'm sorry. But I got the Zoeva 125 stippling brush, the Zoeva 227 Luxe Soft Definer, and the Zoeva 110 Face Shape, which is like a little mini buffing brush. And I love all 3 of these brushes so much, especially the eyeshadow brush. It is so soft. It's goat hair, and I just really love it. I think it's amazing. The stippling brush is also really great quality. I don't know that any of these brushes are like super unique. I'm not as much of an expert as some people on YouTube. I know that Lauren from Redhead PhD really loves these brushes, and she is a total brush expert, so I would refer you to her videos if you want to know more about sort of how they compare to other brushes. But I'm really happy with them for the price. And picking them up in Germany was a bonus because I didn't have to pay the exorbitant shipping from the Zoeva website. I still think, however, that I probably will buy them from the Zoeva site. I want to get especially a bunch more eyeshadow brushes because they're just so soft and so nice for the price. So yeah, I know that wasn't the best review, but I really, really like these brushes. I haven't actually owned a stippling brush like this before, and I've been loving it for applying foundation, especially like on a regular day when I just want to sort of sheer out coverage. This has been a really nice option. The other thing I picked up in Germany, I only picked up one more thing, and it's this, which is such a random product, but I heard about this on Into the Gloss, and it's the Gevol Flengides Fußdeo. It's a foot deodorant with urea. So urea is a really moisturizing ingredient. You get urea a lot of times in like callus cream for your feet, and this is supposed to deodorize and also sort of moisturize your feet, and I think it's really amazing. I wouldn't say I have like the worst feet in the world. This is a weird thing to talk about, but when I wear flats, specifically, I have a few pairs of flats that are really, really high quality, like Cole Haan Nike Air flats that have lasted me for years, and they're in amazing shape. But the problem is, when you wear a shoe barefoot for years, they eventually start to get a little gross. And I have found that this is an amazing counterbalance to those specific shoes in my collection that I know are a little bit sketchy. So you can get this on drugstore.com, I think, but it's kind of expensive, and it was really easy for me to pick it up in Germany. I'm really excited by it, and I'm interested in checking out more things from this brand, Gevol, which seems to be an entirely foot-focused brand, which is really funny, kind of very German, very exciting stuff. So that's all I picked up on my trip, but I did get a couple really awesome things from my mom for Christmas, beauty product wise. And the first of those would be this Hourglass Modernist eyeshadow palette in Infinity. I saw my mom get this. She got it early from Barney's and she loved it. So as soon as I saw it, I needed to have it. You've probably seen this going around. It's amazing. It's beautiful. I love the sort of design of the palette with the ripples of different colors. Even if the eyeshadow were crap, honestly, I would just want to own and treasure this beautiful little palette. But I know this has been receiving mixed reviews. Specifically, I think Tara Babies like really hated these palettes. I totally don't agree with that. I think this is amazing. What it's good for is a very blended, blown out, soft eyeshadow look. So that's kind of what I like to do. I am not someone who does a cut crease. I don't really do a lot of very thoughtful placement of different shadows on my eyes. And so this is perfect for me because they all sort of blend together to make this very soft look. What else I really like about this is that it has a mixture of warm and cool tones. So specifically this tone right here, the sort of mid-tone in the palette is really nice, very rich, warm brown. And then there are a cool crease tone over here. So altogether they make a nice look, but I've also been using these separately with other sort of sparkly shadows to get different looks. And I guess finally the other thing that I really like about this is the like very light brow bone highlight. Is really nice. Something about the creamy texture of these shadows makes them so easy to blend. So if I'm doing like a one color all over the lids, even like a cream shadow look, then sometimes I find that no matter how much I blend, the edge just doesn't look perfect and I want to go in with a creamy tone just to sort of blend it out into the brow bone. And this shade is perfect for that because it barely takes any work. You can just slap it on, it's almost already completely blended, and you're good to go. So, I know this is a controversial opinion, but I would definitely recommend checking these palettes out, especially this Infinity one, which is just a perfect go-to everyday sort of smoky brown look. Also, it's so pretty. It's like a treasure. I mean, seriously, it's really special. The other really amazing high-end shadow that I got from my mom for Christmas is this Tom Ford cream color for eyes in Spice. This has been making the rounds. Everyone's been talking about this. It's a really interesting formula of cream eyeshadow. It's more of like a whipped, moussey, kind of very wet texture. And very highly pigmented, so you only need a teeny tiny bit. It's also super buildable, so I find that you can apply some, blend it out so it's a very blended out look, and then pack on more on the eyelid and end up getting a really beautiful multi-tonal, warm, bronzy look. My lighting isn't very good, so swatching this is probably useless. Also, it's very popular, so I'm sure you can find swatches online, but I'll do a swatch anyway. I feel like you have to close it very tightly because otherwise it might dry out. This is very wet, like I said. But here's a swatch. It's a very warm bronze. Spice is a good name for it, I think, because it does connote sort of warmth to me. I really like it. The shimmer in it is very small and also warm-toned shimmer, so it just makes a really pretty look. I think if you like warm shades on your eyes, you will definitely like this. And it's limited edition, but I don't know, it's been around for a while, so you probably can still get your hands on it. Actually, another thing to say about that is that I wore that like literally every day for a week. I had to forcibly stop myself from wearing that because I was just so addicted to the smoky look that it gave me and how like wearable and everyday it still is. I really like that product. Alright, I have so much stuff. I have to pick up the pace, I think. Another thing that I got from my mother, but I picked this out, is the RMS Un-Cover-up in shade 22. That's what I got. This is a coconut oil based sort of concealer slash foundation. It has a really nice sort of slippery, soft, oily texture. I think the shade is a perfect match for me, 22, and I I really, really like this. This was the only concealer I took with me on my European trip, and I wore it every day, sort of layered under the eyes and maybe on some of my redness. I get rosacea redness. And it holds up really well, which is surprising given its sort of oily texture. I wouldn't say it's bad for oily skin. I don't know, that might be wrong. It might be bad for oily skin, but certainly it's moisturizing. So if you have dry skin, this is a great pick. And I do think it gives a really pretty natural look. RMS is a natural brand, so it's good for your skin, and I do think it's worth checking out. I've really been enjoying it. So what else? I have some more really novel products to show you. One of them is totally cool. I'm really excited about it. It is the Duwop Cheek Dual Blush and Highlighter Dual. And it is in collaboration with Disney in the Pirates of the Caribbean, whatever new Pirates of the Caribbean movie there is, collection. It's so cool. Look at it. It's a little shell palette. I feel like Ariel the Little Mermaid every time I use this. I'm wearing it today, so you can see it on me. Looking at myself. Maybe I'm wearing a little bit much blush, but you get the picture. The shade I got is Rubellite, and it's really hard to tell on their website what color this is going to be. I thought I was getting a peach. It's not peach. It's more of like a brick red, but it shears out really nicely, gives you a rosy look. And then the highlighter is a gold shimmery highlighter. I'm wearing that also. I'm not sure that that does very much. It's not very pigmented for a highlighter. Like, it's not that packed full of shimmer. So you really have to layer it up to get some shimmer on your cheeks. You might be able to see some on me. But I mean, first of all, just for the novelty of this packaging, I would say go for it. It's only $25. And I do think that the cheek color, the blush, is really nice and it holds up really well. It'll last all day on me. At the end of the day, I still think I look rosy and happy. I don't know if I mentioned, these are both cream products. That's another thing that I'm not sure was clear on the website, but luckily I love cream blush, so no harm there. I really enjoy this, and very, very cute sort of shell packaging. It's like a bronzy sort of plastic shell. Cool. What else? Oh, I have two fragrances to talk about. The first is also from my mom, the Nest Indigo perfume and then the hand cream. I haven't used the hand cream yet because I have a whole bunch of hand creams to work through, but Indigo is the only Nest fragrance I have ever liked. I love floral fragrances, but literally I have smelled all of theirs, and for some reason, they're just all really off-putting to me. But Indigo, I think, is amazing. I love it. It has a sort of sandalwoody note, which I think is really, it sort of matures it up a little bit. But I don't know what indigo flowers are supposed to smell like. This smells to me like candy, like sandalwood and candy. It's very sweet and sort of almost fruity, but not quite. It's very, very interesting. I think a lot of people would like it, and you should definitely check it out. It's one of the sort of newer additions to the Nest fragrance line. This little roller ball is also really nice. It's a perfect size for my purse. And of course, the Nest fragrances, they all have this beautiful botanical illustration, which I am a sucker for because I'm a botanist. So, all around really exciting for me. I've been wearing this a lot lately, sort of rolled on. I wouldn't say it has the most amazing lasting power, but it'll get me through a work day, so that's pretty good. And then the other fragrance I got was a Christmas gift from my boyfriend's mother. It is the Jo Malone Nectarine Blossom and Honey Cologne, and I've owned this before. I really, really love this. I would say that as far as Jo Malone fragrances go, this lasts really well. I find that I still smell like it the next day when I use it because I think it must have more oil to it than the usual Jo Malones. It is, I guess, an eau de cologne, so there is that going for you. It's a little bit more packed full of scent. But in general, Nectarine Blossom and Honey, it's like a fruity floral. Very sweet, light. It almost smells like bubble bath. It sort of evokes my childhood for some reason, but I really, really like it. It's my sporty girl scent. So on a day when I'm wearing sort of leggings and athletic apparel, or when I was playing softball last spring, I would put this on, and somehow it gets me in the mood. I don't know. what you can take from that, but yeah, it's a certain kind of girl that needs a fragrance to feel sporty. If you are that girl, this is a good one. Alright, I have so much more to talk about. I'm going to go really quickly near the end here. I bought 3 eyeshadows from Colourpop. They have been making the rounds on YouTube. I finally sort of saw some of their videos and got intrigued. You probably have heard about them, so I won't go into too much detail. But I got 3 neutrals that are all very sparkly. The shadow's Lovely, On the Rocks, and I Heart This. I Heart This I specifically got on the recommendation of Laura Happagirl8, who I love her videos so much. It is a cool toned sort of sparkly taupe, and it looks beautiful on her. It even looks good on me, and normally I like warm tones. These Colourpop shadows are pretty cool. They are, I mean, you've probably heard about this, but they're like a spongy, moussey kind of texture. Not quite, not moussey, I don't know. They're very smooth and silky. And they have amazing sparkle and pigment. One cool thing about the sparkle in these shadows is that it does not fall out at all. So you can do a whole eyeshadow look, and then if you just want some sparkle, maybe in the center of the lid to highlight, you can just stick a finger in here, tap a tiny bit of this on, and it will stay exactly where you put it. And then if you want to do a whole eye look very sparkly, really blown out sparkles, you can pack a whole bunch of this on and then start blending. No fallout. I don't know where it goes. It's amazing. I'm really excited about these. I will say I'm not going to buy any other colors from the company because, I don't know, the sparkles are really where it's at for me. Like, that's what's special about these. And how much sparkly eyeshadow do you really need? I can only imagine so many days where I'm going to wear sparkle. I have been wearing it on a daily basis because I'm young and whatever, screw it. But it's a little over the top. If you like over the top sparkle, like Chanel style over the top sparkle, try these out because they are the nicest sparkles I've ever used. Very cool formula. I am a little nervous though. They tell you have to close the lid really tightly, so I've been really paranoid about doing that. We'll see how long that helps them last. Not really sure. What else did I get? Oh, I got, finally, I gave in to the hype, and I picked up the Makeup Forever HD foundation. First, I got a sample of this, and I wore it to a big family gathering in early January, and I don't know, I thought my skin just looked perfect, like really perfect. Better than any other foundation I've ever had. Very natural. This is a cult product. Lots of people love this. It's great because it doesn't have sunscreen, so no flashback. My color, they don't have the colors labeled on the bottle, but I know that I'm 125 sand, and it's a really great color match for me. There's really nothing bad I can say about this. I will say I've worn it sheared out with that the Zoeva stippling brush, and it's still a little bit much for me sheared out. So I would say that for me this is like a going out or special event kind of foundation. It's not the kind of foundation that I would wear on a daily basis, but it is really special if you want to look perfect. I'd suggest get a sample from Sephora, try it out if you're not sure. Another thing I tried to do with this was Chelsea Wares was saying back in the day that she would mix this foundation with moisturizer and sort of apply it like a tinted moisturizer, and I tried that for a few days with the rest of my sample before I bought it, and as a tinted moisturizer, for some reason it still lays down too much pigment, so it just looks like too much for a daily basis for me. I really go in for a natural look. It's not that I have perfect skin, but I am not afraid to show a few blemishes. Like, I'd rather look normal and not really done up. So for everyday use, it's too much for me in general, even sheared out with a moisturizer. Like on my face today, I'm actually wearing that Glossier Perfecting Skin Tint. So, oh, as an update on the Perfecting Skin Tint, man, I am all over the place today. Glossier was sending around emails, and in one of them they were giving instructions on how to use the skin tint, and they said to use 12 drops. So 12 drops is like approximately 4 times as much of it as I had been previously using. So I tried that out, and it really does give more coverage. So it's weird. Even though it's very, very light coverage, if you use a bunch of it, you can sort of build it up and get a little bit more of the blurring capabilities. It has amped up my recommendation of it. I would say the Perfecting Skin Tint with a large application of it can get a pretty nice look. I don't know, maybe when I watch this video back I'm gonna be like, oh god, why didn't you wear foundation? Right now at least, I'm pretty happy with it. Alright, just a few more products to talk about. I placed an order on Birchbox, my first ever order, after getting like 17 Birchboxes or something sort of off and on throughout the years. Finally, I bit the bullet, and it was because they carry some Paula's Choice products, and I had been really wanting to try out the Paula's Choice Resist BHA 9 for stubborn imperfections. Here it is. It's in a really stupid package. The pump is terrible. All the reviews say the pump is terrible. I don't know what's going on with them. But beyond that, I really like this product. I got it to clear up some sort of cystic hormonal acne that was happening around my chin, and I think it does an amazing job of that. I've been putting it on my chin, sort of at the whole area every single night, and I think it really improved that area for a whole month now. I haven't had any of those blemishes, and usually I get like 1 or 2 all the time. It's pretty much constant. It's awful. So for those deep under the skin blemishes, I would say this is really amazing. I finally bit the bullet because TT Sandra said that it was really great for cystic hormonal acne, and I would agree. I will say that I don't think this does anything for sort of tiny on the surface pimples, so if that is your issue, I would try some other product, maybe like a topical, like a sort of toner type of product instead of this, which is more like a serum, because this seems to be more for getting deep into your skin. And then when I placed that Birchbox order, I also bought a full size of the Dr. Lipp Original Nipple Balm for Lips. This is a cult product that I avoided for years, like the plague, because the branding of it is totally disgusting to me. Nipple balm for lips, like seriously? Yeah. Anyway, I've gotten over that because I really like it. I got a little sample of it in the Birchbox, and I used it all up really quickly, and so then I went in for the big guy. I will say the packaging busted open on me immediately, like when I very first took it out to use it, so that's a giant pain, but I didn't want to send it back to Birchbox, so I was like, okay, whatever. Still fine. This is 100% medical grade lanolin. Don't Google what lanolin is because it's totally disgusting. It comes from sheep, I think. It's also the same active ingredient that's in the Bite Beauty Agave Lip Mask, I'm pretty sure. So I haven't ever tried that, but maybe it's pretty similar to this. I love this because it's so sticky. Hey, so my camera cut off. I ended on so sticky, and what I was going to say is that it lasts for a really long time. It's amazingly moisturizing. I don't normally like sticky products, but this just gives you beautiful gloss that doesn't go away. So it's really nice layered over like a stain for a natural but very enhanced look. I really like it. I think if you can get over the nasty branding and the potentially nasty ingredients, then you should definitely check it out. And that's my entire haul. I have a few other things that I was going to show, but honestly, my camera seems to be giving me a hint, so I'm going to stop while I'm ahead. I'm sorry I was maybe sniffling throughout this haul. I noticed it when I was like playing it back to see where the camera stopped. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'm really excited to get back into doing more videos. Not that I ever really did that many, but comment down below if you have any questions, and I don't know, I hope you're having a great January. I will see you soon. Bye!